Hi, I'm Dr. Drew Sinatra, and today we'll be talking about gut sensitivity and how certain things in your environment can influence your gut. 4 factors that can negatively impact your gut include stress, certain foods that you're eating, toxins in the environment, and medications. When you're under chronic stress, physiological function of the gut can be affected. And so it's really important that we work on stress modification. Antibiotics can be life-saving medications, but often they're too overly prescribed. And they really go into the gut and they do indiscriminate killing, which means that they're killing off the bad guys, which is the desired effect, but they're unfortunately also killing off the good guys. So we need to restore that after we take antibiotics. Many people are taking corticosteroids for all sorts of different conditions. And again, these are life-saving medications that are absolutely necessary, but are often overused. And when they're overused for a long period of time, you can develop the overgrowth of yeast. Acid-blocking medications, like the proton pump inhibitors and the H2 blockers, they affect the pH of the gut. And so this can lead to an overgrowth of bacteria or a condition like dysbiosis. There's also medications like birth control or NSAIDs, which also affect the terrain and the whole microbiome. Toxins can really affect the health of the gut and the microbiome. For example, drinking chlorinated water, we know that can affect the microbiome and the diversity there. There's other toxins in the environment that you should be aware of, like heavy metals or organophosphates coming from pesticides, or phthalates or flame retardants. The list goes on. And foods can certainly affect your gut and microbiome. For example, many people out there have food allergies, and I commonly see that gluten and dairy, these 2 food groups are common culprits in causing lots of inflammation in the gut or creating a dysbiosis. So I often recommend that people go off those foods. So those are a lot of things to avoid and that we know are bad for your gut, but trust me, there are a lot of things that we can do to support gut health. There's many different types of foods that we know support a good, healthy microbiome, and these include fermented foods, which are foods that contain live probiotics. There's also fruits and vegetables, which are high in fiber, and there's whole grains, which are going to help support your microbiome. And remember, try to eat organic when possible. For example, there was a study that came out that looked at children who were eating organic versus conventional fruits and vegetables, and those that were eating conventional fruits and vegetables had a high level of organophosphates or pesticides in their system. But when they transitioned over to organic, the levels dropped incredibly. There are many different ways to detox your body. I love recommending any sort of sweating practice, whether that's using a sauna or exercising, because that's a great way to sweat out toxins from your body. Skin brushing is a great way to get your lymphatic system moving. There's also air filters that you can use, or air purifiers in your home, which help reduce the particulate matter that you're breathing in. You can also use water filters to make sure that the water you're drinking is clean and pure and free of contaminants. I cannot emphasize this enough, the importance of mind-body medicine. And mind-body medicines include many things. I like to recommend yoga or Tai Chi or Qigong, meditation, breathing exercises, anything that you feel comfortable with that will help reduce stress in your life. Thanks for watching. I hope you've learned a lot about gut health. I'll talk to you soon.